Welcome back to the Mortal Kombat movie. We're just getting up to the Reptile versus Liu Kang fight, one of my favorite parts. Now, the part where he transforms from the digital lizard into the real ninja is really the moment that brought me into the film. I don't know about you.
That movie made me feel pain in ways I'd never want to again. Welcome back to
Yeah.
Hallownest.
That Liu Kang turkey kick, man, as he used to call it. And he used to call it the turkey kick because he'd go every time he did it.
Wow.
That's what me and my brother called it, the turkey kick.
I've never thought of that. Anyways, on Hollow Knight, we're going back here because I never got the quick focus trinket, which actually synergizes with the snail trinket we got a while ago. But then we
It'll
also have
help
this
you
guy.
make your soul is mine.
I still can't
I think we're
believe-
watching two different videos at the moment.
But yeah, the weird part here is that we met Tizo here, and I thought I broke his questline, but apparently not? I gotta figure that out with the next batch of recordings.
Mysteries abound.
But yeah, Tizo there was just like, peace is boring, this is dumb. I hate silence, I'm gonna go punch things.
Go to the Coliseum if you don't like peace.
But yeah, we're stopping by here because we actually have a lot of soul currency, and we're gonna get a couple interesting things from Grandma.
Are you clearing your throat?
Yeah, sorry, I've had a cold.
Sorry, you're gonna have to talk into my stoma.
Ugh. God, what line was that from?
I don't know, it's just someone having a stoma.
I feel
No,
like
no, it was from the play Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes.
Yes, it was from the film Mortal Kombat. After Kano got his neck snapped, he's like, I've got a stoma, Sonya.
So this is actually part of the DLC that got released just recently. This is a new ability called the Dream Gate. Basically what can happen is if we press up and Y, or if we press down and Y, we set a waypoint anywhere in the game. If we press up and Y, we teleport to that waypoint at the cost of a currency. Now, before I said that you need a certain amount of soul currency to actually 100% this game, so it seems like that would be counterintuitive. But to counteract that, they made soul currency ever so rarely drop from random enemies if you use that. So you could recurve your costs so long as you just kill an enemy or two after you teleport.
That's assuming you know how many that you actually need.
Yeah, now here is a turbo secret that I did not know for the longest time. I actually had a YouTube recommendation spoil me on this.
Look at all these moth Ferris wheels.
Yeah. So you know how we were in the Kickstarter area for people that want to Kickstart stuff that seems out of place?
This is where we truly put the losers.
Welcome to the dream within the Kickstarter place where people can fit it into the game. Now, much like the other one before, I put the footage at the end of it. But yeah, let's take a quick look at what they basically say here.
I was hoping that after seeing the Guts bug, maybe we have the Griffith and the Casca bug in here somewhere.
Maybe. But yeah, this is just a neat little thing where Kickstarter backers could put their messages. And it's really hidden too, like you would not know about this. And the only way to get out of here is just to fall into a pit. You don't take damage, but it's kind of hilarious how you get back from it.
Yeah, how the hell would you find that normally without looking up guides? It is another one of those, someone just got lucky and went, what?
I think what happened is they told Kickstarter backers, but no one else. Because Kickstarter backers would be like, yeah, I want to see my message, where is it? Well, just soul knife this statue in the back, like in the tail end of this area. This one though, I was just on YouTube and they're just like, ultra secret in Hollow Knight, no one knows this. I'm like, alright, yeah, let's see this, and they were right.
I'm into that.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing, ultra secrets.
Ultra secret combo!
But yeah, right now, this video is trying to kick off the plot, but I also wanted to like clean up the list of growing things I need to show off.
Hey,
Bye. So I think in episode 2 you predicted this.
I predict everything, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, this video game is very tropey, but, yeah. I like this line right here, is like, yeah, swordplay. Merchantry is far more threatening. Sly is one of my favorite characters because he actually, like, he has multifacets in his personality, but there's always that bit of just like, yeah, I hate the fact that I'm giving this for free. I'm all about money still.
You better make it rain.
But yeah, that's the end of the Nailmaster quote-unquote side quest. And the badge you get for it's really good because it makes the charge time for charge attacks almost instant. And I think it's only like 1 charm slot. So it's really useful. Like, you really have no reason not to have it on your chart.
Hey,
He never talks, all he does is just sit on the bench.
listen, I know all I talk about is dirt mouth, but... That's him talking now like, oh, they already ignore me all the time.
So let's demonstrate a couple things, namely the shape of Un. Yeah, I like that instead of, like, it allows you to move while healing, but you don't move by walking, you just turn into a slug and run. Now, the thing about that is with quick focus, that combines with the shape of Un in that you actually also run faster when you heal faster.
I think it'd be fun just playing around with the different badges to see what combinations you can come up with.
There's actually a lot of combinations, but there's no real hints to them. So yeah, you'd probably find some entirely by accident.
You walk the corner and those two are making out. You're like, oh, oh.
Get a room! Shit, you have one.
Then you hear the old man Dirtmouth like, it's the best thing that's happened lately, I guess.
Yeah, you never talk to me, dick.
Zote's cooler. You go back to the whole town looks like Zote.
Man, that would be pretty good as like an April Fool's joke, but I feel like no one would see that.
Also, I can't help but notice you have almost most of the badges.
Yeah, we're only missing 5. 6 actually, but that one's plot-centric. But yeah, we find
Have you bought all the ones you can buy?
There are some that I just haven't gotten yet, and I could have gotten them, but I just haven't done so yet. We'll see those throughout the rest of the videos from here on out. I believe by these recordings I'm only missing 1, and that one is get all the grub flies. Yeah, out here is all the way at Kingdom's Edge. It was that one place where we saw Hornet just kind of peace out, and I said I'm not going to do that yet. I think it's time to address that.
All right. Time for round 2?
Yeah?
3?
I feel like this fight's a little unfair because it's something you could stumble onto just starting the game, which I have done. So, Hornet round 2, she's a lot fat. Oh, I don't know how to explain what happened there, but the game just stopped. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, Hornet's a lot faster, and she actually has a new repertoire of moves that she kind of deploys halfway through the fight. But the big thing that messes with everyone is that she's way faster.
I do like that, like, she's getting all, prove yourself, Sean! You're sitting there just slugging on the floor.
Yeah.
And she's like,
This one's weird, I don't know how to feel about him. But yeah, she has a parry now too, and she also has zone control with these like mobile spikes. Now the unfortunate thing is you can't damage her with these, but they can damage you, so you have to clean up the field or else you can get cornered super easily.
She does have considerable more attacks to use too.
Yeah, I also really like this fight a lot, because man, it's so fun. Just Hornet's a lot faster. She gets a parry, and you can also tell she's into it. Like several times she's laughing like she's actively mocking you.
I like battles where you face an enemy at one point where they're not their strongest, but then it's like a skill measuring stick for you. Like it's a good sign of how much you've grown. I know that people are poo-pooing on my idea of bringing up Dark Souls, but on the most recent one, the first fight you fight a boss in the most basic form, and then as an optional option, you can refight the boss in his true form, and it's considerably harder.
Oh yeah, what the hell is his name?
Gundry?
Yeah. See, when I think of things like this, I think of the classics, like Virgil versus Dante, or Chester versus Adol in the Yeast games. Yeah, that's a very famous one because Chester's a bastard.
The only one with comparison to the Dante Virgil one is the one I think they make Virgil a little too hard, and in the early part, since it's a tutorial, he's too easy.
Yeah. I also enjoyed doing that fight too because I mixed up magic and also the charge moves.
That did seem like a chaotic fight.
It's really tough because you could do it once you get to the City of Tears. And if you don't know this fight can just seem way out of place in terms of difficulty.
So you were called a ghost of Hallownest.
Mm-hmm.
You're spooky. Spooky night.
So I forget who mentioned, I think it was that big worm named Barbadoon. He mentions that a great worm shed his skin and started a kingdom. Well.
The brand of sacrifice.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too when I first saw this. It's functionally different though in that it only opens one new area and it opens up the true ending of the game.
I like how that part is you can't escape this.
Yeah, but luckily someone helps you out. I think Hornet's a fun character. I'm glad her second campaign got funded in a Kickstarter.
As long as she can use her needle and thread to move around the map or use it as a dodge mechanic, I'll be hyped.
That would be really cool. I hope they do that.
I also am a big fan of, because there's always bosses that use patterns and things you'd learn to fight them. I always love when they throw in a boss that is just a straight up skill challenge. Like you're fighting either a version of yourself or something similar where it's just simply, how good have you gotten at the game? Okay, here's your test.
I think there's one boss kinda like that, but I don't enjoy how they approach the skill check.
I would say Hornet's the skill check, really. I mean...
Yeah.
There's patterns to her attacks because she only has a certain amount of attacks, but it's still like a straight up like, let's show me what you've learned.
Now, we're back in the sewers because this is something I just kind of been delaying for too long and I feel like I should just get it out of the way. We kind of didn't do the other half of this area. And while there isn't much...
True.
And while there isn't much, there's a couple things that we do kind of need for completion, namely the maps and a couple secret items.
We never fought a boss. Well, I mean, we fought the Dung Knight, but I think you avoided a boss last time you were here.
I did. Good memory.
You said you weren't strong enough to fight him, or you didn't want to fight him. I don't quite remember.
I didn't want to fight him because I personally felt I wasn't strong enough. I wanted to get to a point where I could like kill those weird flying teeth maw things in one hit. Also, this is me completely forgetting where this shining item is.
You saying that kind of gives me a little bit of a hint of what kind of boss you'd be facing.
Oh yeah, like it's no secret. Especially when it's in a completely cordoned off area of this zone filled with the bastards.
Yeah, I feel like if it's a situation where you're able to one-hit them, it's because there's going to be a lot of said thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the easier you can kill them, the easier the boss is, but if you can't kill them fast enough, then you get overwhelmed.
Now, this is funny because this is like a battle arena thing, and I feel like the music is too intense for what we're fighting. Especially when this happens and I don't know where the last enemy is.
And also mixed with the
Also, you mentioned before that foreground effects tend to, you know, mess with the game. It happens here. One of the foreground effects was masking the last enemy. Like, I'm just running around here wondering where the hell is this? Oh, he's right here.
Oh, that sucks.
I was sitting there like, damn it. Now I look a fool.
Y'all gonna make me act a fool.
Up in
Bug
here.
in here, bug in here.
Hungry mopta.
This
I
place
brought you a
smells.
mop.
This place smells like shit.
My nose is right down in the shit.
It's terrible.
I can talk to you while writing with my mouth.
Now, I don't know if this is the case, but I remember this on my first playthrough, and I didn't examine it here because I was going to do something else, but, there is a door in this specific room that's supposed to connect to the fungal waste, but I don't remember it ever opening.
You know one of the biggest reasons I respect Cornifer?
What's that?
He's left-handed.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never noticed.
Next time you watch him drawing, he's drawing with his left hand.
Wow, good eye. I didn't even think of that.
When you're left-handed, you tend to notice those things more often.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm right-handed and I can't draw maps for shit. I think that explains a fair bit.
Oh no, I'm aware.
Now, one thing just kind of ran into my memory while we were talking a while ago, and I can't believe I forgot this. There is an NPC here that I might have to show off just as a mash cut, where you could actually buy rancid eggs from him.
But why would you? You'll never use them.
I mean, I never will, but some people may find a use for it, and you only get so many for free, and if you use a lot, you might need to buy them.
Dreamblade. Oh.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen for a while, dude. Still got like 4 more.
I guess the question is, would you be able to Dreamblade him in time?
We have a badge that lets us charge faster. I'm wondering if it's fast enough. Because I'm definitely gonna try next recording session.
You just find a line of code because they thought no one would ever do it.
Funny you mentioned that. I think I said this with Leg Eater. At the game's initial release, Leg Eater didn't have a thought. It just said like thought underscore Leg Eater underscore 5. And I just sat there like, are you okay? Now here's the boss where I really didn't want to do until later. Now, admittedly, I did not do this fight the way I should have because I wanted to do some dumb shit, and I get wrecked because of it.
You know what? I find the fact that there's human voices involved with these creatures makes it more disturbing.
Yeah, it's not voice actors or anything too. This is just family members of the developers that did this. So someone's aunt was just like,
Grandma, could you record that story about you going to the beach? We'll speed it up and make it sound really weird. Well, oh, thank you.
So for doing this fight, we get a modification to our basic fireball. Unfortunately,
fluke meat.
You're not wrong. Also, here's the Dream Gate. But yeah, I didn't think to actually demonstrate it, but basically that badge, it makes you shoot a shotgun of fluke babies. Also, here's the
Wow.
Kickstarter messages.
Boy, does a duck.
Some of these are gonna get a little dumb. Let's see if you can recognize specifically one. Okay, I guess. Right here.
Oh man, can you feel the storm? It's coming.
Yep, 2 best friends back this game too. Good job, guys.
Too bad they couldn't make a bug that looked like Zubaz.
That would be cool. I would have loved that. Also, Tizo Spencer, motherfucker. He says I know. He knows that his character's a shit. Okay.
Huh?
Some of these are just kind of like, okay, I guess.
Glad you spent your money to say nothing.
Now, the weird thing about this is that the moth outside actively says, believe the words here or not, these are just voices of those outside our dimension. So I was expecting, like, are they going to give us hints? Are they going to trick us? No, it's just a memoriam.
Believe the voices or not, these are just people with a lot of extra money.
Yeah. It's a shame, too. I like the architecture, but it doesn't really appear unless you know about this. I thought this one was kind of funny. Like, return this warrior to its owner if found. Also, here's a Dark Souls reference. Ah!
Of course.
I like that line. Try again. Fail better. Also, another Dark Souls reference. It's the hawk. He talks about the dark. God damn it.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Good luck, skeleton.
I kind of like this story. I think it would make a great little side thing for any, like, pen and paper campaign. Also, never go fully hollow. God damn it. Like, when I was recording this, I was getting mad at this place.
It should be called the Pillar of Wang Salt.
Yeah.
Is that Gentle Wiggleton?
Yeah. I'm just, in a way, I'm really disappointed that there's so many Dark Souls references here, but I want to believe that was the developers just, you know, sweeping it all away in a nice little place that no one will ever see.
I mean, hell, they put a legitimate pun one with that one character. Don't let your dark soul...
Yeah. Though I'm also a little sad that we never saw a Zubaz bug.
A zoo bug.
Yeah. Some of these are just kind of breezed by because I was just done. I'm like, yeah, whatever. This one's funny though, it's like, she was murdered by her own sister. If you see her, give her a hug. She hates hugs. I thought that was cute. I can't wait for all these Kickstarter backers to watch this episode right here and then just completely hate my LP now.
Of you mashing through the responses.
Or just, you know, mocking the Dark Souls statements. Oh, that was cool and all. Time to kill myself.
Oh well, I'm glad you can. Oh,
They always do that.
That's eternal damnation actually down there. Oh.
I mean, yes,
Why
look
do
at all the
people always do
infection
that?
there. Oh.
My bad.
Oh,
I should have not left my hanky out in the real world.
gross. Yeah. Like, that's such a weird thing about Kickstarter devs. I don't know why people think they need to put they spend so much money funding a good game and then all they do is just add a reference. It just feels really shallow to me.
And it's kind of jarring as well as never really fits the game. Also, references aren't very clever.
Yeah.
Sorry to say.
I mean, I was halfway expecting it because Hollow Knight, Dark Souls-esque elements, people are going to make the comparison, but wow, there were just so many in there.
Well, the reason I'm okay with Zubaz is is just a mission by Super Best Friends to put him in every game. That's just their mission, because they knew that he could have been in Street Fighter, but they didn't put him in.
Zubaz is such a weird thing because it's these very famous LP guys taking money from their viewers, using it to fund good games, but also put a dead Street Fighter character in them. It's such a weird MO.
it's such a it's kind of a fuck you, and that's why I appreciate it.
Like there was something
Not to the viewers, but a fuck you to just people who didn't put Zubaz in their game. Namely Capcom.
Oh, what game they funded? They funded Dive Kick, which actually has Zubaz, and I'm surprised they didn't get hit with a copyright because of that.
Shovel Knight has Zubaz in it as well.
Shovel Knight has Zubaz. Hollow Knight has a Zubaz reference. I think there's another game that has a Zubaz reference, but I can't say for sure. But yeah, I do gotta say, I really appreciate those guys for just taking all the money they make from LPs and just giving back to developers. Which kind of makes sense because that group has a history of being QA in game development, so I could see why they're doing that. Like, we live in a really weird era of game funding now that I think about it.
To be fair, though, LPers are a lot of times are almost the main whistleblowers now for indie developing games, so...
Yeah. Like, hey, look at this LP. This LP is me saying, hey, this game rocks, please buy it. And people have, and I appreciate them for, playing the game, enjoying the game, or not enjoying the game and giving me criticisms as to why, because that's perfectly valid too. I just like the game myself, and I appreciate it so much that I wanted to get the word out there. And apparently, I think they recently hit 1 million sales? It's either 1 million or 500,000, but Hollow Knight's gotten out there. Actually, I think it's on this page right here. Let me double check. Hollow Knight sales update, they have reached 500,000 copies sold, specifically 555,000. But yeah, next time on Hollow Knight, we're going to continue the plot more because we got the King's Crest, which means one level is going to open up to us, and it's kind of a really eye-opening experience.
Brought to you by the developers at Capcom.